This was the rut I had fallen into. Finally get up after a couple of snoozes, get ready, go to class, come home, eat, do homework, watch TV, go to bed, wake up, repeat. This is how I've been living for the past 3 years now, and though it's not a difficult life, it's very draining to live such a monotonous life. I know every day can't be an adventure, but some days are supposed to be, right? Well, it's been far too long since my last adventure, and I can't take it anymore. So I finally decided to do something about it. There's something magical about flying. Besides the fact that 100 people and thousands of pounds of metal are traveling through the air at speeds over 400 miles per hour, there's something magical about the feeling it gives you. On a road trip, the vacation starts once you arrive, but when you fly, the flight becomes part of the trip. Taking off gives you a final glance at your hometown. The eager anticipation of the trip to come felt during the flight is almost as good as the trip itself, and the approach into your destination provides you with your first sightseeing of the vacation. As I watched our plane take off through the small window, I couldn't help but think about how long it's been since I've done anything exciting. The most excitement I've felt in the past 3 years is when my roommates and I figured out our floor is crooked enough to play mini golf indoors. The lack of excitement in my life leads me to think about the surplus in the lives of people around me. In the last 2 years, my older brother has moved back from LA, gone to Ireland, camped in the Boundary Waters, gone to Thailand, and gotten engaged. In that time, my younger brother has started college, gone to Guatemala, and started playing regular gigs at local bars. My parents have been to Florida twice and to Charleston, North Carolina, and the last time I saw my cousin Ryan, he was talking about his trip to Japan for the retirement ceremony for a geisha of one of his Japanese business partners. They got to do all that, while I got to attend class. But I was finally feeling the stress of those past 3 years melt away as the plane took to the sky. I was finally having my adventure. I was headed to Philadelphia. I landed in Philadelphia feeling like a new man. I was ready to hit the town, see the sights, and most importantly, meet some of the unique people that call Philadelphia home. This is the dream team I went with. In the middle is our host, tour guide, and close personal friend, Jordan Bowie. On the left is my good friend and travel companion, Jake Theron, and the handsome devil on the right is yours truly. The three of us spent the next 4 days walking through every part of the beautiful city. The way the modern architecture mixes with the 200-year-old brick facades is nothing short of breathtaking, and it is impossible to not be aware of the history that took place here centuries ago. These are my favorite types of trips. Besides an all-day bar crawl on Saturday, we had no plans. This allowed us to spend each day just relaxing and exploring the city and all it has to offer. While some sights were serene and beautiful, such as this one, others were a little more eclectic. On Tuesday morning, Jake and I headed to Fairmount Park to get one last view of the city, then headed to the airport. As it turned out, I wasn't the only one who needed this trip. Jake had also hit a rut with his job and was thinking about quitting to go to culinary school, but was struggling to motivate himself to take the leap of faith and do it. But not 30 minutes after the airplane Wi-Fi kicked in on the flight home, Jake had a list of 3 culinary schools he wanted to apply to. Jordan was also in a rut. Between a recent departure from a toxic relationship and the stress of finishing grad school in the Ivy League, he needed a break. And though he hosted us rather than go somewhere, the quality time spent with old friends rejuvenated him and showed him his self-worth. Even though my memories of the trip will be limited to skyline views, historic buildings, and amazing food, the true impact of this trip is so much more. I'm backing my old humdrum routine, but I'm not as bored or tired of it as I used to be. I finally feel refreshed, and I'm getting joy out of what I used to take for granted.